children need opportunities. That's kind of how I envision our department, and my role is to facilitate youth programs and give those opportunities to those who are looking for them, and just a way to provide opportunities for those that might not have a way to afford them. And I just think it's a wonderful way to get people involved. Think about, I'm sure all of us as children participated in some of these programs. Doesn't have to be sports, and that's where a lot of my friends came from. You after school, you go to the ball field, or you go to dance class, or you go to this, and that's where you end up meeting some lifelong friends and learn some skills and create confidence that you use in your everyday life. So, like I said before, just excited to potentially offer a scholarship program for those in need.
Monroe, we need you. Across the nation, kids are dropping out of sports due to financial constraints. We don't want to see that happen here in Monroe. Greene County Leaders has partnered with the Monroe Park and Rec Department to help build a scholarship fund so our kids can be involved in sports and other activities. We're hosting a donation-based equipment swap meet, but we need you to donate your gently used sports equipment. Keep watching to see how we are striving to provide our kids an opportunity to be involved in sports and activities through the Monroe Park and Rec Department. Hi, my name is Corey Kundert. I am part of this year's cohort for Greene County Leaders. I am excited to talk to Stephanie Plath, Stephanie Edmonds, and Matt Skiba. Stephanie Plath and Stephanie Edmonds are both part of the Greene County Leader cohort this year, and Matt Skiba is the Director of Culture and Recreation for the City of Monroe. We're here to talk about the new Greene County equipment swap meet here. So I'm going to start with Stephanie Plath. So you're part of the Greene County Leaders. You're part of the project team that kicked off this equipment swap meet. Can you talk about where that idea came from and give a high-level overview of what the event is?
We wanted to promote youth sports, find different ways to help the community, families, not only provide equipment at a reduced cost, but also try to raise money for scholarships to offset the fees associated with joining or participating in a sport. We really felt there was a need in the community, and we really wanted to try to see what options or ideas that we could bring forward.
Awesome. Thank you. Stephanie Edmonds, what can be donated and where can equipment be donated?
We are accepting donations of clean, gently used sports equipment for all types of sports. Items like cleats, whether it be baseball, soccer, football, any type of baseball equipment, bats, gloves, shoes such as basketball shoes, wrestling, dance, hockey gear, really any type of sports equipment as long as it's clean and safe for someone to use again. Donations can be dropped off at our collection bins located throughout Monroe. There is a collection bin inside Dairy Queen. Precision Drive and Control has a bin inside their showroom. And both the Bank of New Glarus and Woodford State Bank have collection bins. And of course, Monroe Parks and Recreation Department is also taking donations.
Yeah, that's great. It's nice to have that all over the city for people to drop off. So can you talk about when and where the swap meet is and how do people purchase equipment?
The swap meet will be held on Saturday, April 29th from 9 to noon at the Monroe Parks and Recreation Department, which is located at 1110 18th Avenue. It is in the lower level of City Hall. And it's going to be donation based, so really whatever someone wants to donate for the item.
Stephanie Plath, back to you. Why did you and your team decide to partner with Monroe Park and Recreation?
Park and Rec is a great partner due to the involvement in the community with youth programs that they already do every day. They've helped us already with being our location to store the equipment that we are collecting, also with advertising and promoting.
Now on to you, Matt. We've been partnering on this project for a little bit now. Can you talk about where the money from the swap meet will go?
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the partnership. Really excited about this program because we currently don't have a scholarship program for our recreational activities. We have some for pool passes and special needs programs, but we have children and families who come to us and they want to participate in some of our youth sports programs or youth dance, for example, different things like that, and they ask about scholarships, and we currently don't have a program. So when the Greene County Leaders approached me with this idea, it was actually something that I had already kind of been starting and looking at implementing a scholarship program. So that's where the donations that are brought in for this used equipment are going to go. They're going to go to children and families in need that could use a little bit of a scholarship towards their program fees. So it might be, like I mentioned before, youth sports, so baseball, softball, but any type of recreational activity that we offer, dance, our one-day programs, things like that. So very exciting to have something to offer for those folks.
Absolutely. So I grew up as an athlete. I was involved in sports, and sports really kind of built that foundation for me as I grew up, and very important. And there's a huge impact that you can have with creating a scholarship fund. Can you talk about the impact that scholarship fund can have in our community?
Yeah, definitely. So, children need opportunities, right? So as a park and rec department and a recreation director, that's kind of how I envision our department, and my role is to facilitate youth programs and adult programs as well, but and give those opportunities to those who are looking for them. And unfortunately, some folks just don't have the financial wherewithal to participate. I mean, there's a lot of costs that are associated with, baseball and softball. Yes, the registration fees for these programs is one thing, but then you also have to look at the equipment. So not only are we potentially providing, a cost for a way for them to afford the program itself, but also some of the equipment that goes along with it. So it's just a way to provide opportunities for those that might not have a way to afford them. And I just think it's a wonderful way to get people involved. Think about, I'm sure all of us as children participated in some of these programs. Doesn't have to be sports, and that's where a lot of my friends came from. You after school, you go to the ball field, or you go to dance class, or you go to this, and that's where you end up meeting some lifelong friends and learn some skills and create confidence that you use in your everyday life. So, like I said before, just excited to potentially offer a scholarship program for those in need.
Yeah, it's great, and I'm very grateful for this partnership. Within our project, we were talking about how we can get this up and who we can partner with, and we actually met with Teresa Keene from United Way. There were some conversations with you and Teresa about how we can do this, and she helped bring us together. So very grateful for Teresa's leadership in that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a program that we found in a different community that works with their United Way, their local United Way, to provide scholarships. So that was a meeting that I had about 3 or 4 weeks before you folks approached us. So just kind of funny how those things work sometimes.
Before we wrap up, is there anything anybody else wants to add?
I just wanted to say this is a very enlightening opportunity that we were, developing and being a part of, that I'm just looking forward to see what comes about from this.
Yeah, we've here at the rec department, I've been with the department for almost 10 years, and we've worked with Greene County leaders on multiple projects. The splash pad probably being the most visible one here recently, but this is another one I really appreciate. It's such a wonderful program that our community has, and we're very blessed to be able to use that program and provide opportunities and things for this community. It's just a wonderful way, and I appreciate the Greene County leaders approaching us and thinking of our department when they were going through this planning process.
The whole goal of this is to help families. We never want a child to not be able to experience something because mom and dad can't afford to pay for it.
And with that, please go and donate your sports equipment that you don't need anymore. It will truly help our kids here in Monroe. Partnering with Monroe Park and Rec Department, it's exciting to be able to provide an opportunity for more kids to be involved in sports and activities that the Monroe Park and Rec Department offer. Again, we are seeking donations through April 21st at Dairy Queen, Woodford State Bank, Bank of New Glarus and Monroe, PDC, and the Monroe Park and Rec Department. And our event is April 29th from 9 until noon. So please go out. We can't do this without donations, so please go out and donate your used sports equipment and come on down to the event and get some sports equipment and really help our kids here in Monroe gain access to all the activities that the Monroe Park and Rec Department offer.